I love that job for another reason too, is that I could rent stuff 2 weeks before it came out. And that made me very popular in high school. I remember I got Guitar Hero 2 for Daryl, a buddy of mine. He brought it to his house and he puts it in the Xbox, right? And the Xbox tells everyone what you're playing. It's like, Daryl Witten's playing Guitar Hero 2. And people were like, how are you playing Guitar Hero 2? And he was like, Ryan Dillon's not so bad. And I was like, this is all I have. Like, I loved it so much. Well, Nick Reynolds found out, coolest guy in my school. And he was like, hey, can you get me Halo 3 before it comes out? Bring it to my place this Friday, and we'll hang out and play it. And this threw me off for 3 reasons. 1, never had a friend ask to hang out before. 2, never been to a friend's house before. 3, never had a friend. So this was all new ground for me. So I take the game, right? Halo 3, it was a Friday night shift. I put it in the box, put it to the side. And Nick's about to pick me up from work, but I just had to finish with one customer. I had just served this middle-aged woman, okay? And she had a 10-year-old girl with her. Cutest little thing in the world. They rented a video game, so I put the game in the box, gave it to them, and they left. And then 20 minutes went by, and the middle-aged woman was back at the back of the line with her daughter, looking at me, doing this. White glasses. Fuck you. And I was like, what? What did I do wrong? And I thought about it. I put the wrong game in the box. And I was like, it's not a big deal. Give him a free rental. It's okay. She comes to the front of the line. My supervisor's free. She's like, ma'am, over here. And she goes, no! I want him! And I was like, is this what it's like when a woman wants you? This is scary. So she comes to the front of the line. I was like, I'm so sorry, did I put the wrong game in the box? And she went, no! My daughter got the wrong game on the shelf! And I was like, oh, sorry, sometimes customers move things around. And she cut me off, and she said 3 things to my face I'll never forget. She said, your job's not hard. You're goddamn useless, you fucking pig. And I went, I didn't know what to do. And then my supervisor puts her hand on my hand and she goes, he did nothing wrong, leave him alone. Then she looked at my boss and went, shut up, cunt. No, that's a word. And when she said that word, I looked at the 10-year-old girl and I went, what do I do? And the girl went, I don't know, that's new. And then they started fighting, and then a guy at the back of the line stood up for me. He went, Mrs., you said your piece, now go home. And then she went, shut up, pig. And he went, I'm the pig. Then high-fived his friend, and then the lineup died laughing. It was amazing, okay? Because that's what brings people together. It's not love, it's hate, okay? All right? A bunch of people who love the same thing are gonna get along. A bunch of people who hate the same thing are gonna be tight. Like, say what you want about the KKK, but they're BFFs. Anyway, she leaves with the girl, and the whole room goes quiet, because we all noticed at the same time that she left her car keys on the counter. The lineup looked at the car keys and looked at me. I looked at the car keys and looked at the lineup. We looked at my boss. She nodded at me. I nodded back. Then I picked up the car keys, chucked them in the garbage can, and I got an applause break from the lineup I'll never get again in my comedy career. Yes. And then Nick picks me up, and I tell everything to Nick that I told you tonight, and Nick looks at me and he goes, whoa. I was like, yeah. He's like, that's fucked up. And I was like, yeah. He's like, you still want to come to my place and play Halo 3? And I was like, no. Take the game, play it all weekend, give it to me on Monday. I know the only reason you want to hang out with me is just because I can get you the game. It's totally okay. I'm really stressed out and I'm really anxious about everything that happened. Can you just drive me home? And he looked at me and he went, that's not true. I heard about you and Daryl playing the Guitar Hero 2. It sounded really fun. I think you're really funny in class. I like your jokes. I just thought it'd be cool to hang out. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the story of my first friend. It was really nice and it was really sweet. Yeah, I loved it. It was really great. Thank you. It was so nice. Yeah, it was cool. I don't have many friends, so it was like really nice. And after that, he picked me up and we went to his house and I met his dad, coolest guy in the world. And I met his mom and I was like, you look familiar. And she goes, we just met. I was still in my uniform. I look over her shoulder and there's the 10-year-old girl in the living room and she looks at me and goes, what the fuck? I looked at the mom and I went, I'm sorry, and ran to the basement where Nick was. And Nick's putting the game in the Xbox. And I was like, Nick? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you know that story I just told you about? Yeah, about the woman at work. Yeah, who said all those things about me? Yeah. You know that's your mom, right? He goes, oh, yeah. And I looked at him and I went, why? Why did you let me come here? And he went, I didn't want to admit to that. That would have been embarrassing. And I looked at him right in the eye and I went, if I had one free kill. My name is Ryan Dillon. Thank you guys so much. It was a blast.